Hello everyone. I know it's been a while since I've shared a video. I just wanted to touch on a couple of things that people have been asking about in the last few days. Uh, One is about the experiment participation. Now, I'm glad to hear that people are participating in experiments and whatnot. When you have a question about that, I can't answer it, right? I have told the folks that run the experiment pool that our course is participating, and at the end of the term, they'll tell me how many credits each student got through their participation, and I'll then enter that in eClass. Between that, I don't have any involvement in it. The people that you need to contact if you have questions, if you've done something and the credits aren't showing up on the system, or you're not sure how something works, or anything like that, you need to contact them. The contact information is in the syllabus, in the information on experiment participation. It's ccpling@ualberta.ca. I'm putting that in the description of this video. It's not that I don't want to help you, it's that I have no power to help with that. You've got to contact them directly. That's the one thing. The other thing is about some of the questions on the quizzes. You'll have noticed most of the questions are multiple choice, matching, a little bit of short answer questions, a lot of automatic marking. And one of the questions that people are having a little bit of uncertainty, perhaps frustration with how it's marked, is some multiple choice questions where it says select all that apply. And so I thought I'd just share how I set those up to be marked. Um, I definitely want to make sure that you earn as many marks as are appropriate for the understanding that you've demonstrated. But with those questions, one of the other things I want to do is make sure that someone can't just game it and check everything, because then you know you've checked all the right answers. And in order to protect against that, the marking works like this. Uh, there are so many right answers and so many wrong answers for each of these questions. So each right answer is worth its proportion of that. So there are three right answers. Each right answer is worth, say, 1/3 of the total mark. Each one you get, that's plus 1/3 to your mark for that question. 1/3 of whatever the total is, whether it's 2 marks or 3 marks or whatever. And every wrong answer is the opposite, right? So if there are four wrong answers, each wrong answer is going to be worth 1/4 penalty. So when you answer the question and it gets marked, it'll add up all the right answers and score how much sort of positive points you have, and it'll add up all the wrong answers and score your negative, and it'll subtract that penalty from whatever you got right. And so that's why some of you are seeing a lower mark on these questions than maybe you expected, because that's the balancing. Because multiple choice questions, well, I was going to say they tend to be easier. That's not always the case. Some questions are going to be harder, some are going to be easier. I know that the marks on these questions sometimes you feel like they don't reflect your understanding. My goal is for the overall grade to be a good reflection of how people understand the material, how people have demonstrated their understanding of the material. I've been grading those particular types of questions that way for quite some time. I'm quite comfortable with that marking. Um, I do appreciate it when people uh, reach out to me and say, "Hey, are you sure this is right?" Sometimes I am just sure. Sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I've made a mistake. So I really do appreciate people asking me that. And I do want to reiterate. I think I've said it before. If not, whenever you ask a question about grading in this course, the only results are either I won't change the grade or I will increase the grade in response to whatever error or thing that you've pointed out. I will never take marks away from what you were initially awarded because you reach out to me. I just think that would be a terrible thing to do, because then I would just be discouraging people from pointing out my errors, and I want my errors to be fixed. So that's the approach there. I hope that's cleared up these things. It seemed like, I was getting a bunch of messages. There's probably others out there who have been wondering about that but haven't reached out to me yet. So there you go. I hope that clears things up. Please do keep sending me messages about what makes sense, what doesn't make sense, anything that's on your mind about this linguistics course. That's all for now.